across the country. All these are Motekun, they are state police in disguise. All these vigilantes. Lagos is telling you that they already have a state police. Those guys known as the LNSC or whatever they call them in Lagos, they are the people who are so brutal that they beat up people during NSAS remembrance. They are the one who beat up one guy that Inibehe defended. So state police is already available. What we don't have is a framework for regulating and training, discipline, and remuneration. Those 4 things are important. You can't have state police, give them guns, and not pay them properly. And these governors are, you know them, they are deadbeats. They don't like paying salaries. And there has to be a process for regulation. So that if somebody is a policeman working in the state, if it goes beyond his bound, there must be a federal police that can bring them to order. Or if they go rogue, there must be a federal that takes over that state police while we fix it. And to make sure that the governors do not use them to commit crime. Because even now, as we're speaking, governors are using the federal police to commit crime, because that's what most people are worried about with regards to state police. But I've always stated it that I do not mind if we have federal police, state police, local government police, town police, campus police. We need police everywhere. But we don't need a police state. That's where we have a problem. A police state is one in which the police is the most superior and does whatever it likes. So, but it's good to have. And already, most communities already have their own police. We just don't call them state police.
Okay, sir. DCP Kyari was discharged and acquitted of his non-declaration of assets KCB, and his 2 brothers were dismissed. And in court, the judge made a statement that he said Abba Kyari has represented Nigeria with bravery. So what do you...
Is that not the same judge that sent Nnamdi Kanu to prison? That tells you where the judges and their loyalty is. But I've not seen the judgment. I don't want to preempt what he said, but I've also always stated that some of these cases will fall apart while you are no longer paying attention, and when the people who are being prosecuted play the right ball. Maybe Abba Kyari has joined the APC, who knows? I don't know, but if he did, then you can also expect his next case to collapse the way this one. The truth is that the Nigerian system is so bad, even prosecutors can't do a clean job because they never present the real case. They don't have the competence, they don't have the capacity to prosecute. That is why most of the time prosecution looks like persecution, because they never have their skin in the game.
So lastly, sir, I would like you to give
That's
us
lastly on your side.
On
yeah.
your side.
So I'd like you to give us details about the issues surrounding these Ondo activists with the Minister of Interior, Tunji Ojo.
No, I've stated it. I have a zero tolerance policy for any government official who is using the police, the army, DSS, or even vigilante to oppress anyone. And my position is stated clearly on Facebook yesterday. Tunji Ojo has no right to prosecute anybody who is asking to see his certificates. The only thing he can do is to present certificate and say, no, I'm qualified and I have not been engaging in any infraction. And I've made that very clear. It applies to Taraba governor, it applies to Borno governor, it applies to the governors who have a predisposition to use the police to oppress citizens. It applies to Egbetokun, David Mahi. So I have zero, and the most notorious one is the governor of Niger State, Bago, yes. Who, by the way, I know personally, but I told them, both the ones I know and don't know, that we have zero tolerance for oppression. Anybody who doesn't want to be scrutinized should have no business accepting, to be elected or appointed to office. If you don't want to be scrutinized, just stay in your kitchen. But even in your kitchen, people can scrutinize you if meat go missing inside the pot. So, yes.
Exactly. For El-Rufai, different cases have been coming up with El-Rufai lately. 5 officers were arrested in the case of alleged bribery at the airport. And also it was said that different tapping items were found in his residence. And what do you have to say about the unfolding of this case?
The El-Rufai case should take you back to Abba Kyari. It should take you back to MFLA. Whenever they want to do something that's esoteric, make you look like they are serious, they will arrest somebody and start, attributing all kinds of things to them. But in the real sense of it, they don't want to prosecute them. They just want to also excite you as a public, so that, by the time you forget, one day the judges will also acquit El-Rufai of. Nobody, for instance, knows what they took from El-Rufai's house. They said they found some gadgets there that are used in tapping phone. The wife said they only took away bank, what's that? Huh? Tokens, the token producers. That's what they said. So and then they said they found a BlackBerry inside El-Rufai's house. You don't know what they found. El-Rufai is also, someone who likes drama. I saw him in one picture where he wore 2 watches. You understand? It's just to make them, they know themselves. That's what I want to tell you. And this is going to end up, one day you just wake up and, they have discharged El-Rufai. El-Rufai has joined APC back. Or maybe he will be even a minister again, or he will become the director of a campaign for Tinubu. Don't get distracted. That's all I have to tell you.
Okay, lastly, Benjamin Hundeyin has just been removed as a public relations officer.
Oh, that's the Boy Scout at.
Yeah.
Those, honestly, I don't think it's important. Our focus should be on real reforms in the police. If the police was serious, what is Ben Hundeyin doing speaking for the police? Ben Hundeyin should at best be working at the back end, maybe to handle some of their social media handles. That's, he was wrongly promoted. Ben Hundeyin is a CSP that was promoted to ACP. He's part of Course 25 of the police. All his mates are still CSPs. What is he doing as ACP? Did he lead any battle, in which Nigeria was liberated, or he finished up? No. He cannot. But anyway, there were some of the guys who thought that Egbetokun will not leave. And now that Egbetokun has been kicked out, a lot of them will fall. But that's not what is important. What is important is to keep our SMD on the go. Big issue. Yeah.
One more question.
Yeah.
The APC, the APC has been they are making Nigeria to move to a one-party system, and oppositions are angry and alleging that it is because of this that the ADC are being tracked to court, and they are looking for to remove the ADC.
You see, my problem with the people you call opposition is that they are not opposition. They are not opposed to APC. What I'm angry about is that they are a distraction to real opposition. We are the ones who can tell you that we are opposed to the system. And that's why they bring criminal charges against us. But all these jokers who used to be in APC in 2023, some of them who have lost out and are looking for ways to go, but they're not opposition. The problem is that nobody can make Nigeria a one-party state if Nigerians don't make Nigeria a one-party state. Nobody. But, like I said, some things are going to happen that will shock everybody. That's all I can tell you.